Is this thing on?
Yes, sir.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Good morning. How y'all doing? Is everything everybody okay?
Everything good over here, fella.
News 122, live on the scene, college football live, Saturday morning. We here, we here. True man, false world, reporting live. DVR czar in the building, first lady. Might get a couple other people who might stop by. Hey man, how y'all feeling on this nice controversial Saturday?
It is what it is, man.
I feel
Ain't that,
great.
ain't that what these folks live off of now? All y'all want to
Mm-hmm.
see the controversy? Well, you have it.
Well, without further ado, let's get into it. We had a fight last week. We had the Crimson Tide of Alabama versus the Bulldogs of Georgia. And altogether, y'all, what we got a game that was very, very interesting. It started off lopsided. And then the game was tied. And then the game was an extra point away from being down 1 point by Alabama. And then Alabama went to a freshman phenom who hit the B button and then hit the left trigger and then hit the B button one more time and then accelerated down the field and made the play of the year so far. Let's talk about this. Jalen Milroe, Ryan Williams. I mean, the connection is obviously magical. Ryan Williams is obviously an elite player in this young college football season. What did you take? What are some of our takeaways from a game like that? Trav, I'm gonna start with you.
The takeaways you take from that game is you just have to enjoy a game like that because I mean, what was it? 28-0 from jump?
First quarter.
It got ugly quick. I'm talking about it was celebrations. I mean, everything. I'm talking about Bama celebrated, but Georgia showed why they was Georgia. Kirby Smart took them in. Whatever he said, they listened. And once they did that, comeback was on. And they almost took something, man. I mean, we were talking about it the other night. I mean, you got takers and you got just game players. They almost took something in a matter of seconds. A 17-year-old come to light. Dude just man, you can't be Cinderella and stuff in the air and then do it again on the ground. You just can't be doing it. At the age of 17, man, you just can't do that. Overall, that was that's the game. That right there is the game of the year right now. It's the game of the year. And you can't even fault them for it. They both played like champions, and somebody had to lose, and Georgia just lost it. Georgia lost their game at the end. But overall, it was just a damn good game, Tyre. Damn good game, Tanya. It was just a damn good game.
Tanya, what are your takeaways?
I Now that I have my voice back, um, I honestly want to, and I'm trying to get his name. Hold on. I'm trying to get his name. Give me 1 second. What that boy name is? outside of Brian Williams, the other number two, that's a freshman. Xavier Brown. I want to shout out Xavier Brown because a lot of people talk about how Milroe played. A lot of people talk about how Ryan Williams played, but I want to shout out Xavier Brown because he's the one that made the interception at the end of the game.
On defensive end.
And he is also a freshman, so they was picking on him all night. I think he's 18, maybe 19. Like he's literally a freshman. Um, but it's like he got better. He started like at first they was picking on him a little bit, and then one pass, okay, yeah, they let him get it. Second pass, he deflected it, and then the third pass was the interception. So I want to shout out Xavier Brown, and I want to say, the boy, stop taking your foot off the gas, okay? Because you had your foot on these people's neck, and then you started playing conservative, and you started trying to do this simple shit. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, let's not do that again. Thank you. But it was a very good game. Um, I'm gonna say this. I honestly think if Georgia had a better quarterback, they probably would have came back and won. It's the way that we stopped putting our foot on the gas in in the beginning of the fourth quarter. But I'll take the dub either way.
Vincent,
I honestly,
Vincent could have got found another year of eligibility. Would have been a problem.
I mean, we done beat Stetson too, but it's cool. I just think I still think Georgia is one of the top 5 teams in the country. Um, I just think Carson Beck may not be who they need him to be to get to where they want to go.
This is something that I take from this game. Georgia might not be to the same extent of some of these other teams, but Georgia is where Missouri and Oregon and these other teams are when it comes down to it because the quarterback play has not been the same. I think outside of Texas, what consistent quarterback play have we seen this year? I mean, because you got Jalen, which I think Jalen's played consistent quarterback so far this year, to give him his credit. I think Shadur is obviously playing good as well. But you got Ura and Bo and the Manning over there, and they're playing ball. We're talking about the quarterback position. And why this is something that we continue to talk about and I continue to really dial into is because we don't talk about the lack of coaching on this position as much as we should. And yes, coaching is my center point because the position is being not only neglected in a lot of ways, but it's being not taught in a way in which these players are being able to learn the position and thrive in it. So you're looking at some of the guys who are the quarterbacks for some of these teams like Missouri, teams like Michigan. If Michigan and Missouri had good quarterbacks, their programs would be totally different. Because you're not going to Missouri and winning no easy game. That's just not happening. Same thing going to the big house. But you look at that game against Texas for Michigan, they couldn't score. It's not that Texas was 30-some points better than them. It's they couldn't score. That defense did everything they could. They couldn't score. Scoring is a part of the game. So that means if we can run the ball between the 20s, when we get inside the 20s, we want to stop you from being able to run so we can do what? Make you have to pass. I watched Oregon last night throw 2 interceptions in the red zone because the quarterback just wasn't able to throw into some tight windows and was exposing the ball. Had this been a year that Oregon had a decent quarterback, we'd be talking about Oregon as one of the top teams in the country because the talent is there.
Bo Nix.
I mean, anybody.
You're seeing the differences right now this year. You're seeing the differences. You can see that. I mean, you look at Michigan. JJ was a pretty decent quarterback when it was time to be a quarterback. Bo Nix, was a pretty good quarterback when it was time to be a quarterback for him.
He's
Wait,
experienced.
you look at what you got now. You look at what you got now. Washington is the same way. Washington is the same way. You take that quarterback away, you see a lot of deficiencies, and you gotta find these coaches better coach these guys up. They better find somebody because if you don't, it's gonna be hell. I mean, you're gonna see you're seeing it you're kind of seeing it in the case of Georgia. You kind of seeing it in the case of Georgia because Stetson Bennett was in college for 7 years, but he was a good quarterback. At the end of the day, he bought them national championships. Um, you look at Bama. You look at Bama. Last year started pretty rough for Jalen Milroy. He caught on fire towards the end of the year, and it's carrying on this year. So, and of course, I mean, look at Texas. Texas had a backup because I think the Ewan character he got hurt last year.
He's gotten hurt every year.
He got
He
hurt
got
last
hurt.
year.
We got when we played them in
Right.
2022. He got hurt,
He
and
got hurt.
he was out. 2023 he was out, and then this year he was out. So he's gotten hurt every year.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, and of course, if we're talking about coaching and the running backs, I hate to see it. I hate to see it because I can't stand this team. I can't stand their colors. I can't stand what they stand for. I can't stand the hickory dickory dock that they own. I can't stand them. But it's one thing they do have. Well, two things they have. Have a good coach. And that quarterback at Tennessee, that boy good. I don't even want to butcher his name. Nico something, whatever it is. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Tennessee. They're that good. They're that good.
We just listen. We just want a top 12 that is comprised of the best 12 teams so we can get all of this sorted out and figured out on the field. That's all I ask. I don't need nothing else. I don't want anything extra. I just want to figure it out on the field. That's where I want it figured out. So with that being said, I will say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think we'll get another matchup with these two teams eventually at some point. I do think that Texas will have something to say about that, and that's just me being honest and objective. But we'll see what happens. Um, the Heisman. Everybody in the world, everybody in the world, they talking about Travis Hunter. Rightfully so. One of the best players in the country, period. It's not a question. I think Jalen Milroe needs to be in that conversation. And on top of Jalen Milroe, we also have a tailback that's probably going to rush for 1,200 yards in what is it 7 games, which is going to be another one. Probably I think the 12th or 13th guy to do that in NCAA history. Well, I mean, no, this will be 6 games, and he'll have 1,000.
No, you talking about the boy from Boise State?
Yeah, Genty.
He got 1,000 right now in 4 games.
Well, no, he got 8. He got 8 something. 845.
Yeah, man, that man for the head. He
He
probably
got 1,000. He about to have 1,000 in 5-6 games. So you looking at a situation right now where he's gonna be in a situation. He's in that Adrian Peterson, Barry Sanders, LaDainian Tomlinson class of people who in 7 games or less had 1,000 yards. Why is this significant? Because in this past happy world that we live in, we got somebody dominating on the ground.
he running.
What I enjoy the most about the kid is he's a north and south runner, and when he puts his foot in the ground, he gets straight to business. Now, where we at with the Heisman thing is, if we stop the voting today and we pick the person, who are y'all going with? I'm gonna start with you, Trav.
Got to go with the guy in Bolden, man, that playing both sides of the football at an elite level. He's the best. Heisman goes to what? It's supposed to go to the best player in college football, correct? Am I right on that?
I mean, I don't know because these awards they go to. They say that the MVP
We
is
got
supposed to
it.
go to the best
We got
player.
it to where it's going to the quarterbacks now. It's majority going to the quarterbacks. But as we seen, Devontae Smith broke that mold. He ended up winning. Who won the Heisman last year?
Jaden Daniels.
Dane Daniels, quarterback. Who won the year before that?
I don't remember. Let me see.
We're slowly breaking that mold because we know we got Joe Burrow that won. Joe Burrow won it in 19, correct?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow won it in 19. So we're slowly breaking that mold. That is not a quarterback. It's not a quarterback award anymore. It's just not a quarterback. I mean, but Travis Hunter has been the best player in college football, to be honest, these past 2 years. Not the best cornerback, not the best wide receiver, not the best quarterback. He's been the best player. Travis Hunter stays healthy. He's the best player in
Oh, it was Caleb Williams.
another quarterback. Another quarterback. But it's not a quarterback type job. It's not a quarterback award. And that's what people are trying to dim it to be. It's not that. The Heisman is the best player. It's the best player. Travis Hunter is the best player. He's the best cornerback in the nation, and he's one of the top 5 wide receivers in the nation.
I think it's somebody who'll say got something to say about the best corner.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Johnson from Michigan is on the same plateau as Travis Hunter. Now, I do think what Travis is special is Travis is doing this in 100. Travis is giving you 120 plays a game. I mean, it may not be 120, but let's just say hypothetically, Travis is giving you 80 plays a game. Now, for those who don't understand what I'm trying to say, that's equivalent to saying that he's giving you 40 snaps on defense and 40 snaps on offense. The average player is only giving you whatever snaps they play on whichever side of the ball it
The other
is,
side of
which
the
is
ball.
between 40 to 60. So imagine a guy that's giving you both sides of the ball, consistent reps, 100 to 120 reps a game. That's crazy. But
On it.
look, let's go a step further. Let's go a step further because I like to talk about intellectual things. That means he knows the offensive playbook and he knows the defense playbook.
Keep going. Keep going.
So that does mean that he is essentially quarterback like when it comes to the actual intellectual properties. Yeah, I said properties of his actual game. So I do want to say and give the respect that is due to that guy, to that man, because Travis, he might have to go ahead and steal Dwayne Johnson's little line. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
Keep
He might
talking.
have to go on and he might have to go on and say it.
Keep
But I
talking.
do want people to remember the hardest thing about the Heisman and the hardest thing about the awards is people make these about team success. And I don't think that that's always necessarily fair, especially when an award is about the individual player.
Mm-hmm.
Without Travis Hunter, will we have a great college football landscape? Absolutely. But Travis Hunter and that Colorado program, him and Shador, you can't tell the story of college football over the last couple of years without them two being a part of it. And that's just being respectful.
Exactly.
And we gotta be respectful to the craft and to the craft here. Now, y'all, you going Travis Hunter? Are you going Travis Hunter too, Tanya?
Absolutely not. I'm going Jalen Milrow.
Let me
Okay.
let me let me put something in perspective for you all. Since 2010, I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Since 2010, how many, besides a quarterback, how
Four.
many, huh?
Four.
Or
Besides, since 2010, let me
mhm.
repeat this question and get it out the way. How many positions, I mean, besides the quarterback, how many have won the Heisman? That's a
Four.
non-position. You say four. Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
how many you say?
I'm looking at it. It's two.
No, I don't need you to look at it. I need you to tell me
Well,
now.
I already had the list up because I was looking for Cam. I mean, for Caleb Williams.
So since 2010, how many that won that's not a quarterback?
I just said two.
That's the answer. It's two. Both of them Bama alums, which is Derrick Henry and Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. Yeah.
They're trying to slowly. It's not. The Heisman is not a quarterback award. The
We
Heisman
know that.
is player award, but college is slowly trying to make it a quarterback award, which it's not.
Here's the reason why, though. So, you want me? Now we get to talk about this again,
Let's
and
talk.
we get to double down. See, this is what I'm saying. Every time, like listen, you could not live in your own failure, and look where it brought you back to me.
Back to me.
Shout out to Thanos. Now, with that being said, I want everybody to remember we keep talking about coaching and quarterback play. We have failed our children at the pee wee level because the fastest player is always the who? The quarterback. So we've already started the wrong position for the wrong guy. Our best athlete on our team should not be the who?
The
Quarterback.
quarterback.
Our best athlete should actually be on the opposite side of the ball. Or it should be the guys catching from the quarterback or the guys protecting the quarterback. The reason why a lot of these situations and scenarios don't work is because the quarterback in college football gets away with being the best player because we don't have the adequate coaching on that level to challenge and make a quarterback be more than just a dual threat. Let me say that again for the people in the back. We don't have the adequate coaching to challenge these quarterbacks to be more than just a dual threat. Now you say, well, John, what do you mean? Because if he can throw a little, if he can throw, that means he's more than a dual threat. He's a good player. More than a dual threat means, does he embody the position that he plays? Quarterback is about controlling the game, protect the football at all costs. Everything should end in a kick. I've been saying this all year. I'm hoping that we're taking notes. I need to quiz y'all. Protect the football at all costs. Every possession ends in a kick. That is the quarterback's number one job. It's not about throwing a touchdown pass every play. It's not about making a completion every play. Sometimes you got to know when to throw the ball away, when to throw the ball in the dirt. That's why Ewer is a better quarterback than Arch right now. Because Ewer will throw that ball in the dirt quick. You know what? Oh, nothing there. Okay. Live to see another day.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
Yeah, listen. That is the point of the why we coach the quarterbacks the right way. If we
Arson.
coach them the right way, we eliminate turnovers. That's the first. That's the second stage of quarterbacking, which is called game management. Game management is every quarterback's job across the world. Those two things I just said, protect and manage the football, that is your franchise. That's it. If we teach quarterbacks how to do them two things, teaching you how to throw it out, that's not something I should have to teach you. Teaching you the mechanics of how to throw the out, how to point your toe, how to use your hips, how to do those are things that we coach you on. That's the aspect of coaching that we miss because we just think that we just supposed to be able to, oh, he can throw the ball 80 yards. Son can throw the ball, he can throw the ball a mile, but he can't pitch it 3 yards. Like Coach Boone was talking when he
Coach
said that.
Boone was talking that talk. Coach Boone was talking that talk, man.
So
Boom.
I'm saying that to say, and just to finish, and I'm gonna pass it to you guys. Protect the football. Protect the asset, which is the rock. We don't get enough teaching of that specific thing, and managing the game from the quarterback position is more than just scoring or kicking a field goal or punting. It's making sure that we put our football team in the best possible play, snap to snap. If we aren't coaching up our quarterbacks, how can we ensure we're getting the best play, snap to snap? The answer is we're not. And that's the reason why the award is where it is, Trav, because the quarterbacks are rushing for all these yards. And then we got the everybody else unapologetically. Well, the quarterback position is evolving. It's not evolving. What it's becoming is it's becoming more about the athletic ability than it is about the intellectual properties of the said player. That is why we are here today.
Cam Newton, Robert Griffin III, Johnny Manziel, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, and Jaden Daniels. You hit the nail on the head, John, because the dynamic, you're not just talking about just playing the quarterback position. What you emphasized on was the dynamics of what they do. All these quarterbacks during that time, they had a dynamic about them. They knew how to run and throw the ball at the same time. But as y'all gurus and everybody else that I heard talk about the quarterback position, when you advance to that next level of quarterbacking, what's the safest place to play the quarterback position in the NFL?
In the pocket.
In the pocket. When you don't have nothing, then you run. All of a sudden, a lot of you quarterbacks that's on this list didn't succeed in it. Like currently, Bryce Young. But I think Bryce Young issue is a whole different issue. It's a whole different issue. But you got a Johnny Manziel. You got a Johnny Manziel. You got a Robert Griffin III. You got Marcus Mariota. Jameis is sliding under that radar now. They're sliding under that radar. As much as we give grief to Lamar is one read and run. When he get to read, he gonna get there. But their dynamic is what make them special. Their dynamic is what made them special in getting the Heisman Trophy award. So if we're gonna give this dynamic to the quarterbacks like this, that guy in Bolden got the same dynamic. And I'm not talking about Shador, I'm talking about Travis Hunter. He's dynamic of a whole different ball game. That's what Charles Woodson did when he won it, when he took it from Peyton. He's just that dynamic. So that's why, to me, when I picked it, if the Heisman was a vote for me, I got to go with number 12, man. 12 Cole.
I'm not mad. I personally just think the Heisman Trophy race should be a little bit broader than it is now since it's only week 5. I think it should be 2 Bama players on there. It should be 2 Colorado players on there. It should be the guy from the little blue people. We should have, a couple other players on there.
It's
But
about 8
I
people
will
right
say,
now. It's about 8
but what
people.
I will say, but what I will say to you is the dynamic thing about what Travis Hunter is doing is if Travis Hunter has 15 to 2,200 yards, 12 to 20 touchdowns, and then you turn around on the other side of the ball, he's graded as one of the 3 best cornerbacks in the league. I don't think it's really much you can say if he is the Heisman Trophy candidate winner. Because that's dominating on 2 sides of the ball, and that's consistency at its finest. And I say, what do we sell everywhere we go in life? We sell consistency. And that nigga consistent. Excuse me. I had to say it. I got to say it. We got to be honest.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this before we leave off there and give Tanya her chance if she want to elaborate more. But one of your favorites, Jern, and we talked a lot about your favorites. One of your favorite college cornerbacks was who? Well, he was in the NFL. He was one of your favorites in the NFL. Older cornerback. One of your
Jair.
favorites, not Jair, but one of your older ones. I'm talking about a real one, like a one that you was like, whenever he was on the field, he was one of the ones.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
give
you can say
I give you a
Revis,
chance.
you can say Champ, you can
There you
say
go. There you go. Right there. Stop right there. Champ Bailey. Do you
mhm.
know Champ Bailey did an interview and said that this boy is special? Yes.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
pull it, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and send it to you.
Champ, see, but this is the thing too, like what I think people don't understand about Champ is Champ was one of the Champ was one of the ones that you can argue and you can talk about like you can argue that he's on the same level as Prime was
That,
and as Revis was.
yes.
Because Champ was also the most consistent outside of Prime. That includes Daryl Green, who
Mm-hmm.
everybody's in love with. Champ was good for about 12 years, and we're talking about 12 years of locking down one side of the field
This is the
to the
pro
point where
side.
it's cats who having Pro Bowl years going up against Champ with 1 yard, 1 catch for 6 yards. You
But you
couldn't throw the slant on him because you couldn't throw the slant on him because the stance was incredible
mm-hmm,
and the reaction time was there. You couldn't go deep because he was faster than you.
mm-hmm.
And then ultimately you couldn't out jump him because he was 6'1".
But
He was the
he was at
he was
Georgia,
the
Jern.
perfect size speed combination we have ever seen at cornerback. And then he had the nerve to be smart. So then you get Revis that comes along after, and I'm just giving this evolution process because I want to put Travis in here and give him his due. You put Revis here, right? Revis is 5'11", a little bit more stocky, solid to the ground. Revis was strong as hell and had one of the best arm bars we've ever seen to be able to redirect you. But then he had the nerve to run a 4.3, and then he had the nerve to be probably smarter than 50% of the quarterbacks in the league. He understood leverage. He understood where the safety was supposed to be. He understood so many different things, which is why people like Randy and T.O. had so much issues with him. So then you go and you take Travis. You say, okay, Travis hasn't played in the NFL yet, rightfully so. But then you look at his build. He's got a wiry frame. He has great short area quickness. So
Yes.
we're talking about short area quickness. For those who don't understand, that's the 3-cone drill. The 3-cone drill is when you see how quickly we can maneuver around these 3 cones. If you can maneuver around in a 3-cone drill in 6.9 seconds, 7.01, 0.02 seconds, you are in a certain class of people that can move in short areas quickly, and that makes you being able to cover a flat, you be able to cover certain small areas. It makes it harder for a quarterback now, because now when we're doing comebacks, now when we're doing um comebacks, we're doing outs, we're doing any of them type of routes, that means you can stick your feet in the ground and you can flip your hips and get somewhere. But then he has the nerve to have, I think he's going to run a 4.3. He run a 4.3, he might be the number one pick in the draft. It's just so many things about him that just don't make sense. And it's just like, and then he has the right attitude. Like everything about Travis Hunter says he's gonna be good wherever he goes and wherever he does. So it's just like, for me personally, I can't root. Like, how can you root against that?
How can you root against it? Germ, the reason Champ was on the interview, but it wasn't a college talk. It wasn't college. I mean, it wasn't pro talk. It was college talk because Champ played both sides of the ball at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he said he's a great he's a dynamic individual. When he said that, I'm like, damn, Champ, you said this? You stamped this? It gotta be validated at this point. Gotta be validated because Champ was one of the best college players when he played at Georgia. He was one of the best. He was one of the best, man. And he played both sides of the football. He played both sides at Georgia. And then when he said this man playing 100 snaps, he's playing over 100 snaps a game. Man,
Do y'all understand? I don't think people understand. That's covering, and he's playing a position that runs. They run every play. Like, that's not 60% of his snaps on defense. He's running full speed, at least.
and
When they
John,
run the ball, anytime they run the ball, it's a break for him.
yeah, watch that play. Watch that play he got on UCF when he caught the interception. That's a perfect
Already
example
seen
of
it.
what you were
Already
talking
seen
about.
it. Already
That's
seen it.
that's
Already seen it.
that's ridiculous.
See, but
That's
that's the
ridiculous.
thing. That's the thing. Him and Will Johnson from Michigan,
Michigan, they same
them
way.
two dudes,
The same
them
way.
two dudes. I be looking like I know that they looking like they're not gonna throw this
And I
ball.
said throw it. And I
They're
said
not
throw
gonna do this. They're
it.
not gonna try me like this. They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna disrespect me like this. He really disrespectful. Now I gotta score. That's what Will said.
That's
He
what
did
when
it
he
twice.
took that pick six.
Will
When he took that pick
listen,
six against USC.
listen, listen. Will Johnson didn't been Maxi Priest and Shaba twice already this year. Because that's a house call. Every time you do it, it's a house call. Then you turn around after that. Travis Hunter, man, come on, man. It's just certain things. I don't even care if Travis Hunter don't score no defensive touchdowns.
He
He's
covered
stopping
three people.
offensive
He covered
touchdowns.
that play. He covered three people in that one possession.
Like I said, I can't hate on dude. I can't hate on him. If you like good football, he playing it.
He playing
That's it.
exactly.
Now, Tanya, go ahead. I'm gonna let you say your Jalen Milroe spiel.
I'm not gonna say no steal. That's gonna be my. That's gonna always. That was my choice for week one.
He
I
he
don't have any
he's
steal.
he's good. I'm with. I mean, tell you,
I don't dislike Travis Hunter. I think I agree with everything you guys said. I just feel that I'm gonna pick Jalen Milroe anyway.
Milroy. Oh,
I'm not trying to be funny. You know the reason why I think Milroe can ultimately win the Heisman is because he's gonna be in the national spotlight enough, and he's gonna make just enough plays that are gonna make people say
wow.
this dude is
It
just
does would
different.
be like
But,
wow,
but like
wow.
like Trav. Okay, so look, we watching the game. We watching the Alabama game.
Yeah.
When he turned the corner on them Georgia people
And hit that sideline like Bo
and
Jackson.
hit that sideline, I
Oh
said,
Lord. Oh Lord. You know on Tecmo
I said,
Bowl,
if that's
when you get that sideline with Bo Jackson, don't even worry about it. He gone.
Yeah.
He gone.
I I was confused. I said, is that the quarterback or the running back?
He's built like a running back. That's the problem. That's the
But wait,
problem
wait,
with him.
but wait. Then you're like, okay, progressions, right? There's a play where a Georgia rusher came free. When I tell you his reaction time made me jump, like I jumped. I was like, what? Whoa, wait, hold on. Like if I'd had a clicker, I would have had to bring it back. The way he jumped, it was like whoop whoop. I was like, nope. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I said, hey, he got hands too. He can fight. I can tell he can fight. The
He definitely
way
got
he
hands.
got up under and then got up through to make a play, I was like, yo, if we talk about quick twitch ability at his size, at his weight, that's not normal. That's not a human being now.
That's
Now we got a Decepticon
he's
on our
different.
hands here.
He's different. He's different.
Now we got a Decepticon.
I know. Yeah, I would say this. He's the best quarterback in the SEC. He's the best quarterback in the SEC.
And I'm
That
not
speaks a
saying
lot. I'm
again.
not just talking about college football in the whole, but being one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC means something. It means
Yeah, because besides you and Arch, who I think are better than everybody else for the most part, it's like a big wide lens.
that
Like
that that Nico that
Arch,
Nico that
Arch.
Nico cat at Tennessee.
I'm
The
not saying he
way
could. I'm not saying.
he's good.
I'm
I'm
not
not
just
saying
like.
he's good. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
he's
Absolutely.
good. He's good.
No. I'm not excluding him though, because I don't have no beef with him. It's probably 6 quarterbacks, 7 quarterbacks in the nation that's worth talking about. He one of them. But we talking about 2 of them being just on Texas alone, which I
That
don't even
that's
know how
that,
that
that's
happened.
that ain't right.
And but then you go to Milrow, you go to your boy Nico. Just like I said, if some of these
It's a
other
big drop
teams,
off. Yeah.
it's a huge
It's
drop
a
off.
big drop off.
It's a huge drop off.
The first
Because
person
even
that'll be on
even
that drop off, the first person in the SEC that will be on that drop off will be that dark cat from Ole Miss.
Jackson Dart.
That's the next person. When you have, if you put like Jalen, Texas guys,
Mhm.
you got Nico that kind of dropped right here, but then you go down a little bit more. That's where Dart is right. So it's some space.
Yeah. And then after you go Dart, you probably gonna go Carson.
Hmm.
And then after that, it's like, who are the rest of you cats? Like, who are y'all? Like, do y'all go here? Y'all go to quarterback university? Because y'all not
Because
good.
Auburn, let me tell you something. Thorne is not it.
See, and that's the other thing. Like, even with Oklahoma young quarterback ain't bad neither.
No, he's
He just
not.
need
Hmm.
reps.
He's
So
not.
you looking at this and you just like, imagine if we was coaching up these quarterbacks. What type of scoring and what type? Have you noticed we have not seen many 70-point games this year? Normally by now we'd have seen somebody put 70 on somebody's little
Hmm.
regular school.
I only seen two. That were Arkansas and Tennessee. I seen Tennessee. Hell, Tennessee had 51 in the first half. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
And that means something. I mean, and you talk about teams like Alabama that take their quarterback out and let the backup get some, or take their quarterback and you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we see from that type of team.
Not this year.
But
Not this year.
We
even
have.
even
I mean, we have.
even
We just don't know
even
who they
Miller
are
Moss,
at this point.
right? Even Miller Moss, right? Even Miller Moss. Miller Moss might be the best quarterback in the Big Ten. And he ain't all that.
And in the chat, I mean, if y'all know some more quarterbacks that's like out there, put them off in the comments because right now we're talking about the SEC, but those are the where the best quarterbacks are at right now. To be honest, those were the best quarterbacks are at. I mean,
So
if the old boy UNLV ain't asked for more money out there for his
He would have
NIL,
been up there too.
he would probably be
He
on
would have been
there
a part of the conversation.
because
Yeah,
that guy has put UNLV up on the map for summer.
yeah.
Hey, UNLV ain't had nobody since Randall Cunningham, and he was one of
so
the
now
Holy Cross quarterback. Like,
so now we put all that into perspective. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like just look at that. So all that being said, like as we transition to the pretty much we really only got one game in a week. That's why we were able to talk so much about this. But I mean,
Right.
I really think like this Heisman thing with all of the players and things like that. I'm excited for the year to continue to materialize. I wish we knocking on wood, we knocking on everything. We want everybody to be healthy. We
healthy.
want
Hmm.
everything.
That is
We
the
want
key.
every,
Healthy.
That's the
I
key.
want I want the best 12 teams in the world in this thing, and I want the best team in the world to win. I wish that on the best teams because I want to see the best product because that's what I always root for. But there is no way you can tell me that we are putting our best foot forward every week with this quarterback play being where it is. And that's really what and I stand on that. And I stand on that. So my last thing I'll ask before we go to the next part is as special as Ryan Smith is, excuse me, Ryan Williams,
I was like, who's
Jeremiah
Ryan Smith?
Smith. Yeah, I know. I've had to combine the two young people together. Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. He's
Is
another
very
one of
good
them
as well.
ones.
Hmm.
And he 18.
Hmm.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. These young people ain't playing with y'all. They ain't playing with y'all. That's them is outside of Travis Hunter. You got probably three best receivers in college football right there. Them two with Travis Hunter. And
Hmm.
two of them is freshmen.
They can't even drink.
They can't have no alcohol. They can't even one of them can't even buy tobacco.
He can't even vote at this point.
No matter
So
what, his vote
You,
goes.
you know what? You know what's
he
crazy? That
Yes,
man
sir.
can't vote. That man can't vote. But you know what he can do?
He can play some
He
football.
can he can rock the boat.
He can
yeah,
play some
He can
football.
hit the B button.
yeah. He got players hugging and stuff.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what? So we speak of these wide receivers, and Alabama has a good core of wide receivers over there. Texas has a good core. Of course, Ohio State gonna have a good core over there. But that doggone when you give when them linemen play like they played last week against Central Florida, Colorado skill positions out there is nothing to play with. Number 10, you got Horn Jr. out there along with Travis Hunter. Them guys ain't no joke, man. Y'all seen the Hail Mary that he dropped one early the game before against Baylor. He dropped their touchdown pass early to tie the game. They end up throwing a Hail Mary. He ended up catching it. But number 10, I forgot his last name, but the boy's good. Them guys are those skill positions at the wide receiver spot that Colorado got. They're they can match up with anybody in the nation. They can match up with anybody in the nation.
I just like I said, man. We're gonna talk about Shador on another day. I like what Shador is doing. I think and Shador been working out with Tom Brady.
Give him
And you
time,
can see
Jern. He can dissect with the best of them in college football.
that's the point. if you protect Shador, Shador might be the best quarterback in the nation by far if you protect him.
The best in the
But that's the problem. We don't know if they're gonna be able to protect him.
they've been doing pretty good. They've been doing good. Of course, that was UCF. Of course, that was UCF.
We gonna see.
Yeah.
We got see.
But
We got so much football left to play,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but we gonna see.
Shador. I don't think Colorado played this week because Shador was in Vegas last night with E40 and Asia Wilson. He was out there in Vegas, front row at the game. I actually watched the game last night. Damn good game, but Aces just they put a hurting on 'em. They shut down Sabrina. But that's 94 feet of talk, 94 feet of life talk there. So, but you give Shador time, he's the best.
So, last but not least, main event for the day is actually at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We got Missouri going to Texas A&M. Missouri, that is a good football team, all the way
Very
around.
good football team.
They are a very good football team. I worry about the quarterback as usual. Texas A&M, that's another solid squad. The inconsistent play at quarterback is one thing, but the thing that I don't like about Texas A&M is Texas A&M is one of these teams. They do so many things right, so many things well, and they find ways to lose. Like you can't find ways to lose. Um, Anything y'all want to add to that? I really ain't got much else to say about that.
If Texas
No,
A&M,
go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Trav.
go ahead, Tony, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Missouri. I like Missouri outside of this whole SEC rivalry. I like Missouri. I think Missouri, honestly, Missouri, in my opinion, has been good the last maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and it's just that it's like they can't get over this quarterback situation or whatever their defense mess up. But I really think that that's a good, solid football team. They have been for a minute.
Texas A&M played like they played against Florida. They're a very tough team to beat. The
Who is
quarterback,
Florida?
that young quarterback was on point. Their run game was getting it done. Defense getting it done. You know what? I'm gonna take Texas A&M this game. I'm gonna take Texas A&M this game because Missouri will give you a game because they
Mm-hmm.
make those type of mistakes. They make those type of mistakes. That's
Yeah,
why
they gave Georgia the
I
game
don't I
last year.
don't trust I don't trust Missouri like that. I don't. They may be a good team, but I don't trust them like that.
Give me Missouri because I think Missouri is the better team today.
I don't.
Tanya,
I don't trust them.
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri today. I Texas A&M is not consistent enough for me, especially in SEC play. So I'm going with Missouri.
final thoughts. Tanya,
I really don't have any. I think this is still, even though there's only one really that is our emphasis game. I think there's a lot of other good games coming on. Um, not us though. Don't watch us because we playing Vandy. Um, I, I don't. Um, Other than that, though, I think there's a lot of other good games on. I would like to see Georgia and Auburn play. I know I said I don't trust the Auburn quarterback because I don't know what he's doing. I don't, but I think it's a good bounce back game for Georgia. Being the SEC person, I also want to see Ole Miss and South Carolina. But it's a lot of good games on. I want everybody to enjoy and roll tide.
Trav.
That's it for me, man. Just enjoy these games, man. Like that Ole Miss. I gotta see how Ole Miss is going to bounce back, especially on the
Mm-hmm.
road.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna really that's two tests. I can see if they was playing at home, but you done lost and you gotta go on the road. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta double down on your focus, double down on your play, double down on your discipline on offense and defense. Don't turn the ball over, costly penalties, being outside, just being disciplined. Just being disciplined. How Lane Kiffin will see how his players be disciplined after a loss will show you a lot about this Ole Miss team. Because this Ole Miss team actually has the tools to be in this playoff hunt.
Mm-hmm.
They have the weapons to be on there on both sides of the football. Ole Miss
And
is
right now they dropped. I think they was like number 8 or something, but
they're
now
12.
they're at
They're
number
12.
12.
They're
Yeah, they
12.
dropped after their
They're
loss, but
12.
they dropped to
But
12.
but if they do what they're supposed to do and they handle business in South Carolina, which is going to be tough. That's going to be
South
tough.
Carolina is tough.
It's gonna be
South
tough,
Carolina is
out
tough.
there. Out there, it's gonna be tough. If
Yeah.
they do what
South
they
Carolina was supposed to beat LSU.
Yep. Sure
They had
was.
2 pick sixes called back.
call back,
Mm-hmm.
right, right.
South Carolina is tough too. That's a tough team to
South
play.
Carolina. So listen, if 2 things we know, Kentucky and South Carolina, you going to fight.
Stoops,
Mm-hmm. It's a fight.
any Stoops, any team that's coached by Stoops, best believe they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. Oklahoma with Bob Stoops was the same way, same way. But that Ole Miss team got to show discipline, and they got to show like they are who they are. Because if they don't, they're going to be out of it. If they do, and if Texas A&M beats Missouri, that's going to be key. That's going to be key for Ole Miss. That's going to be key for Ole Miss. So enjoy these games, man. This college football weekend, man.
Final thought is I just want y'all to remember again that quarterback play is the most important part of the game because the better your quarterback is, the better your chance is of winning on Sundays and Saturdays, and sometimes on Fridays, and sometimes on Thursdays. Depending
Sometimes
on if it's a pandemic year, maybe it's a Tuesday. But with that being said, we got views and dues tomorrow, but we coming at y'all at a special time. We coming at 10 a.m. We coming with some heat. I need y'all to be prepared because it's getting ready to go down. We got a lot to cover tomorrow. 10 sharp, be there bright and early. Trav might be there tomorrow. Ham might be there tomorrow. We never know what may happen. We're going to have a great show. We're coming at y'all 10 a.m. Eastern. This right here is College Football Live, Week 5. DVR Czar, First Lady, True Man False World, 22. We out.